So cute. Thank you, Sean. While the president and Congress struggle with lowering the cost of health care, many Americans are finding that the solution can be as close as their local pharmacy or even supermarket.
Stick your tongue out and say, ah.
6-year-old Samantha Malloy woke up with an earache and a fever.
102.8. You are a sick kiddo.
Her mom, Kelly, thinks it might be an ear infection.
It takes a little while to get an appointment at our doctor's office. And if she was running such a high fever, I wanted to have someone take a look at her right away.
Which is why she decided to come here. Not to the emergency room, but to her neighborhood pharmacy. For $62, this walk-in clinic in Manassas, Virginia treats common illnesses like sinus infections, coughs, and sore throats. A bargain considering each year Americans spend an average of $283 at the doctor's office and $445 at the ER, not to mention the time spent in the waiting room.
We see a variety of people with insurance or without insurance. I think it's getting more and more busy because it's such a convenient place to come and very inexpensive and very efficient for people.
Come on in. Samantha and her mom were seen as soon as they arrived.
People are tired of waiting. They're really looking for easy access, affordability, high quality, and in a way, when it's consumer driven, they believe they should be able to have all of these.
This is also called an upper respiratory infection.
Turns out Samantha's ears were fine, but she did have a contagious virus. And while the nurses here can write prescriptions, Samantha is just ordered to drink lots of water and get plenty of rest.
We're good to go.
Our medical correspondent, Dr. Jennifer Ashton, is here with more on these low-cost retail health clinics. Good morning again.
Good morning, Maggie.
Could you trust the diagnosis? I think I'd be freaking out saying, did they get it right?
Well, you know, the buyer has to beware and the patient has to use the same amount of caution as if looking for a doctor. The fact of the matter is these healthcare clinics are staffed usually by LPNs or licensed nurse practitioners who are very knowledgeable. True, they don't have the same degree of education and training as an MD, but for the basic and minor ailments that people are going to these clinics to have treated or evaluated, they are usually very safe and very effective and a good use of money.
What kind of services do they provide?
So basically they would evaluate and treat minor ailments, anything from an ear infection, a throat infection, or urinary tract infection, something that doesn't involve a high degree of complexity or medical risk. And again, it's much less expensive for these pharmacies to employ a nurse practitioner than a doctor.
Since they don't have your medical history, what should you as a patient bring with you?
Very important, Maggie. If you're going to go to one of these clinics, you want to know your medical history. You want to make that person aware of what your medical problems are. You want to know all of the medications you're on and bring that list to the clinic. You want to actually get a phone number for someone you can contact in case the symptoms worsen or you become sicker. And lastly, you do want to follow up with your normal healthcare provider if you have one and let him or her know that you've been seen at one of these clinics in case they need to do further testing.
Is it just cash or do they take insurance?
It started out as purely a cash-based retail operation, and now they've become so popular that most of them are accepting insurance. And again, I think the potential is that will alleviate some of the emergency room overflow, and we're going to be seeing more and more of these. Potentially, it's a very good use of healthcare resources.
All right, Dr. Jennifer Ashton, thank you.
You bet, Maggie.
For more information on these retail health clinics, go to our website, earlyshow.cbsnews.com. Now over to you, Harry.
All right, thanks, Maggie. It was the battle of the sequels at the box office this holiday weekend. Did Ice Age 3 freeze out Transformers 2? That is kind of the question you've all been asking this morning, I think. Here with a midsummer blockbuster report card is Missy Schwartz, senior editor of Entertainment Weekly. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Before we get to the battle of the sequels, let's talk about the sort of adult, grown-up drama, the Dillinger movie. How did that do?
It actually did really well, and I think it's a testament to Johnny Depp's appeal, even when he's not swashbuckling as a pirate in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Right.
And over the 5-day weekend, it managed to make $41 million, which for a 2.5-hour adult grown-up drama, rated R, is really good.
Because there's this whole thing in Hollywood now that the stars don't drive the film, and will anybody go to anything, even you know, does it have to have crashes in animation?
Usually it does.
So in this case, it did okay.
Yes, and I think it's heartening for those of us who like to go see something that's doesn't have as many explosions and pyrotechnics. And I really think it again. I mean, there aren't a lot of movie stars left, but Johnny Depp,
Johnny Depp, same guy. Dillinger and the pirate.
Exactly.
What range?
He can do anything.
There you go. All right, let's talk about the sequels then.
Yes.
That have both been out. Because Ice Age came out, what, last week?
No, it came out on Wednesday.
On Wednesday,
it came out
okay.
this last week.
Right.
So, and they're neck and neck, and we'll know later today. One of them is sure to pull ahead, just inch a little bit ahead. One of them will end up being on top.
But Ice Age came out last Wednesday, did pretty well.
It did really well.
Yeah.
And
this is the third one.
This is the third one. It has great staying power. I think it's really a testament to the need for a family film this time of year.
Right.
Families who have already taken their kids to Transformers 2, this was perfect. And if I were Ice Age right now...
this certainly ages much younger.
Yeah, much younger.
Much younger.
Much younger.
Right, yeah.
But I think it still can appeal to, preteens.
And Transformers, is there a machine somewhere that, like, just spits the money out?
You'd
because this has been out now a second whole, it's like, what, 2.5 weeks?
Yeah, it's unstoppable, and I don't think we've seen the end of it. And that's why I think that if you're Ice Age right now, even if they don't end up on top at number one, they're feeling pretty happy.
Who cares? Because this is a juggernaut.
It is a juggernaut.
It is a juggernaut.
Definition.
There you go. Now, did you see it? We had people from the movie on. Megan Fox was on last week, and I said, I'm not sure I actually understood. She said, I was in it, I read the script, I was in the movie, and I'm still not sure I understood it.
You gotta love her for speaking her mind.
But and in the end, I'm not sure it actually matters.
I don't think it matters.
Because the robots are so cool.
I don't think it matters. You've got a beautiful woman, you've got explosions, you've got more explosions and robots.
Yeah. It sounds like a weekend at my house. There you go. All right. Thanks very much.
You're very welcome.
Sure appreciate it, Missy Schwartz. Now here's Maggie.
Thanks, Harry. Now that we're in the warmest season of the year, we have got the coolest new gadgets to keep you comfy. Early show contributor and CNET senior editor Natalie Del Conte is here with the latest and greatest stuff. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
So let's start with this thing that we love.
Right.
This is the coolest thing we have ever seen, this little cooler that you remote control.
This gives all new meaning to the word beach bum. I mean, how lazy do you gotta be? It's a radio remote controlled cooler. So if you just cannot be bothered to get off your lounger, this little guy will bring you a drink.
So, Harry, come to Papa.
It's not going to win any races. It's not super fast, but it's for when you're feeling lazy.
That's great. Is it expensive?
It's not expensive. It's about $70. You can find it online.
$70? And how many drinks does it hold?
We've got about a dozen.
Nice, Harry. You could live with that.
Okay.
Yeah, non-alcoholic because it's early.
He didn't find what he was looking for, I have a feeling.
I'm sorry. I know he likes those lemon sodas.
Yeah. Let's talk about this one. Portable air conditioner?
This is a portable air conditioner. It's also an air circulator, and it's got a UV light in there that'll filter out germs. So it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one of those New York City apartments that tends to get a little stale. So this is nice to kind of keep the air moving.
Expensive?
It is a bit expensive. It's over $500.
Oh.
Yeah, but when it gets so hot like this, I'll pay anything.
As far as you know, has it been tested and it works and there are no problems with it?
Yeah, and I also like that it's super light. Like I can just move it around really easily. So
very nice.
Nice industrial strength air conditioner.
Okay, next, what do we have? A wine cooler.
This is a wine chiller. It works with 40 different kinds of wines, champagne and sake. And it has this LED display in the front here that's going to tell you the temperature of your wine, and it takes about 10 minutes to adjust to any bottle you put in there.
Why do you think people would like such a fancy wine cooler?
Well, when you're having fancy picnics and you don't want to bring out the ice and you just want to have a little gadget that's going to make all your wine perfect. It's for the enophiles in our life.
There you go.
I'm not necessarily, I'm a wannabe enophile.
Yeah.
That's why I like this.
But if you did want to put ice in a regular cooler, you could make ice really quickly with this thing.
Right, you can make it yourself in 10 minutes. This thing, you just drop regular water in. You can take your hose, put water in there, and in 10 minutes you're going to have ice. It's really it plugs into a standard outlet.
That's crazy.
Really fast. Yeah.
So you do need a power source. You can't
all
bring
you need
it for
is
a picnic,
power.
But that's great. That's
so
super
you're not
quick.
always sending the guys out to get ice. That's a pain in the butt.
That's perfect. But how much does it fit a lot?
It fits a lot.
Yeah, enough.
Yeah.
And do you know how much?
This is a little over $100.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's kind of a good deal for 10-minute ice.
Not bad.
Okay, what's next? Ooh,
and then once you have ice, right, then you can make slushies or little ice cones. Did you have when you were little one of those Snoopy ice cones that you just had to hand
Did you guys,
crank?
any of you remember that? The Snoopy snow cone thing that you just... Yeah. That was awesome. There's no way this is better than that.
No manual labor.
Oh, well maybe it is better than
There you go. So you don't have to wear yourself out.
Some beach icing treats.
Yeah. You can
In
make
Hawaii, you can make
ices or-
shaved ice.
Shaved ice is nice. Yeah,
Here you
just
can
we
make
have margaritas here.
Very
Virgin.
good. All right. Still, the favorite is still the lazy cool.
I think all the guys here want that.
All right,
Yeah.
we concur. Thank you so much, Natalie.
You're welcome.
For more information on these, go to our website, earlyshow.ca.